You know how in that there are certain romance movies where the main characters are like, do you want to run away? And they just do whatever the heck they want and go places as long as they're together. Yeah, kind of a dream to be honest. Also, there are adventure movies that make you just want to go and have an adventure for yourself, but you have nowhere to go because of travel and financial restrictions. Mostly finance. So, what do? Take it online and let imagination be the limit of your adventures. Welcome to another video from Crypto Cash Out, the YouTube channel that will take you to a whole new world with our videos. This channel is dedicated to bring you guys a lot of information that is related to crypto, so be sure to subscribe to us for more. However, please don't take whatever you hear in this video as pieces of financial advice, as we are not advisors. We are crypto fans that want to share information. We can advise you though to do additional research after watching this one to ensure you won't miss out on anything. With that being said, let us head on to the video proper. Now, we have quite a lot of things to talk about in this video as we are going into the Metaverse. See, we were not lying when we said that we will take you to another world, the digital world. But hey, we have things to talk about in this video, but let us, of course, start with a bit of history lesson, shall we? Back in 2012, there was a small company called PixOwl, not quite well known at the time, and they created a 2D mobile game called The Sandbox Evolution. Now, it is important to note that they had the passion of making games. If you want to play the game today, the game is actually still available on the Google Play Store today. Anyway, a couple of years later, they were bought by a more popular gaming company in Animoca, and they had big plans ahead of them. One plan of Animoca was to explore the world of blockchain and build a game that was built around the Ethereum blockchain. Animoca saw PixOwl as the perfect group to pilot their testing with blockchain games. It is also important to know that PixOwl had zero knowledge about crypto prior to working on this project, but they did not give up. In 2018, they started a new project which was heavily inspired on their previous game that we mentioned earlier, which was Sandbox Evolution. They dropped the second word and now we are left with Sandbox. They developed this platform for a couple of years, and back in November 2021, during a bullish run in crypto, during the recent announcement of Facebook joining the Metaverse and rebranding to Meta, the alpha of Sandbox was released and people were already into the game. As you can already tell from that, we are talking about the world of Sandbox for today's video. So, what is the Sandbox? Now, there are a lot of things to tackle about Sandbox, and don't worry as we'll get to them later. But the most basic thing you need to know about them is that they are a virtual world where you can explore lands and see the wonderful creations of other users. It is a virtual world where you can take ownership of different sets of land and call them your own. In fact, together as a community, we can buy up to an approximate of 166,000 plots of land in the virtual world of the Sandbox. The lands bought can be gathered into domains that are claimed by one person or regions that are owned by at least a pair of players. The game leverages on the blockchain's capacity to make a revenue for the lands people purchase. These lands are a digital form of real estate. The lands can be bought by the token that is being used in the platform, which is called the Sand tokens. More on them in the later part of this video. Anyway, because these lands that you bought are considered as real estate, you have a lot of freedom to do whatever you want with these lands. You can do whatever you want. The sky is the only limit to what you can do with them. One of the most, if not the most popular use of the lands is designing them to be games. That is right, you can put a game inside a game. A little bit of gameception if you ask me. You can compile and put together multiple lands to build an estate where other users can play a game to possibly earn rewards. The neat thing about creating games in Sandbox is that you don't have to be knowledgeable about coding in order for you to create games within the game. You can build and arrange different objects and elements using their Sandbox feature of Sandbox called Vox Edit. Vox Edit is a user-friendly application that is integrated in Sandbox in order to aid in the creation of games in the Sandbox. With Vox, users can arrange buildings, place objects, and edit more on the setting in order to fit whatever the owner wants with the lands. This makes designing in the game much easier, and it allows users to be freer with the creation process. Vox also allows the editing of objects, which means you have more freedom to produce shapes to better fit the land you are editing. Vox Edit also has its animator if you really want to go crazy with the things you want to do. And of course, Vox Edit also has its own NFT maker, which means that you can go ahead and make money, especially if people fancy the NFTs you are making. And since NFTs are the most sellable thing in this game, next to the lands of course that are also NFTs, we won't be surprised if NFT making will be the future of Sandbox. Let's go back to what you can do in Sandbox. It turns out that there are a lot more things you can do in Sandbox other than playing and making games within the game. Another thing you can do is to monetize your land by designing your land that makes it so that people will have to pay to enter. Such an example is to create museums. There is an entrance fee in museums, so that is where you can earn. In the museums, you can put the artworks of other users in the form of NFTs and sell them if you want, or go with what Decentraland is doing and create jobs in Sandbox to make it feel like that you are actually living in a second world and not just a game. You can also let other people use your land by letting them rent on it for a period of time. This makes it so that you can earn some tokens if you're quite inactive in the game. Now, if you don't want to make artwork and sell them in museums, then there are a lot more NFT opportunities for you in the marketplace. With the help of Vox Edit, the network that allows people to make their own NFTs and sell them for a price. Because of this, Sandbox has been rising through the crypto ranks thanks to the deals and transactions being made. In fact, it is positioned as one of the 10 best NFT projects by deal volume. Of course, when there are jobs and assets to be paid for, there certainly must be a token in Sandbox, right? As per mentioned earlier, the main token that is circulating the economy of Sandbox is called the Sand tokens. Sandbox allows you to take full ownership of your tokens. This means that you can transfer, trade, and sell the tokens you have as much as you want. Just be responsible in doing so. Now, because NFTs are the main source of income here in Sandbox, there's a lot of movement because of how much things are being sold at a rate like this. Lands are also expensive here in Sandbox, wherein the closer it is to a celebrity, the more expensive the land can be. So, you know that the movement in Sandbox is really great. At the time of writing this video, Sand tokens are valued at $2.75, which makes it the 40th ranked token currently. It has definitely seen its glory days and has been down for the past couple of weeks, but expect it to bounce back as forecasts are bullish on the token. It has a market cap of over $3.195 billion, which amounts to a circulating supply of over 1.16 billion Sand. But again, there are forecasts that see Sand to have a bright future, so be on the lookout for those price predictions if you want to invest in the token. Now, if you're quite unsure with Sandbox because of security reasons, do not worry, we understand. But the Ethereum blockchain is one of the more secure technologies in the market. And since Sandbox is under the Ethereum blockchain, you can tokenize digital games under them and let them reduce all the criminality that is happening to you. But if you don't trust Ethereum, well, we have some even better news for you. Recently, as of the writing of the script of this video, Sandbox has made partnerships with Ledger. Ledger is the leading hardware and software security company that has made multiple partnerships with other cryptos in the market. And now, they want to make a partnership with Sandbox in order to help the Metaverse of Sandbox and significantly reduce the number of hacks and scams that are happening, especially when it comes to NFTs. One of Ledger platforms in Sandbox is to promote cybersecurity education by creating unique experiences that serve to teach the users of the platform to be more knowledgeable. This makes the community members know more about these hacks and to empower them in order to secure their assets in crypto. Speaking of partnerships, Sandbox has also made quite a lot of partnerships, especially knowing that they have been around for around half a year or so. They have partnered with TV shows such as The Walking Dead, The Smurfs, and Care Bears. They have partnered with big brands such as Adidas, Hell's Kitchen, and Atari. Made moves with other video games such as Roller Coaster Tycoon World, and even celebrities. Yeah, Sandbox has partnered with Snoop Dogg, which is one of the reasons why some lands are expensive, as there are a lot of people who want to live next to Snoop. Point is, Sandbox has a lot of partners as they are expected to grow exponentially through the years with the help of their backers. Now, should you invest time and money in Sandbox? Now you already know our answer to this. It really depends on you. You must weigh the advantages and disadvantages if you do so. One disadvantage you may face are malicious people who want to steal your data and money. But with the recent partnership with Ledger, added security for the platform just got better and we cannot wait for the future of Sandbox. In terms of advantages, there are a lot of things for you to note here. But probably the most important thing right now for you is the opportunities for you to trade and earn money on the platform as the movement here is really high. Thanks for watching this edition of Crypto Cash Out. Please leave a comment if you enjoyed the video. If you want to help us grow as a channel, you can also subscribe to that we get to more people and make more videos like this. Speaking of video games, we have a video fortified a game from Gala Games. Check that out if you haven't already. Also, comment down below your thoughts about Sandbox for a chance at a shoutout giveaway in the next video. Stay safe and have fun cashing out!